It started as a normal night shift, or at least that's what I thought. I had just been transferred to the older wing of St. Dorian's Hospital. Most of the staff avoided that section, but no one really explained why. They just said it was under renovation. The hallways were quieter than the rest of the hospital. Too quiet, no machines beeping, no distant chatter, just the hum of the lights overhead. At exactly 2:17 a.m., my pager went off. Room 317, patient check. I frowned. Room 317 wasn't on my assigned list. Still, I grabbed my chart and made my way down the corridor. The closer I got, the colder it felt. When I reached the door, something felt off. The room number was there, clear as day, but the door itself looked older than the rest of the wing, like it hadn't been touched in years. I knocked once. No answer. I pushed the door open. The room was dimly lit by a single overhead light. There was a patient on the bed, unconscious, connected to machines that looked outdated, not the modern equipment we use in the rest of the hospital. I stepped closer. The monitor showed a steady heartbeat. 72 beats per minute. Normal. Too normal. I checked the chart at the foot of the bed. There was no name, no admission date, just one word written across the top, pending. A chill ran down my spine. I reached for the intercom to call the front desk. Static, just static. I tried my phone. No signal. That's when the patient's finger twitched. I froze. The patient slowly opened their eyes and looked directly at me. Their lips parted. "You're not supposed to be here." My heart started pounding. "I got a page for this room," I said. The patient's expression changed from confusion to fear. "They said no one would come back," they whispered.
They're coming for us.
"What do you mean?" I asked.
You have to believe
Before
me.
they could
It's
answer, the
not
lights
over.
flickered. Once, twice. Then the machine started beeping. Irregular, loud. The patient grabbed my wrist. "They take people from here," they said, their voice shaking. "Rooms that don't exist. Files that disappear." I tried to pull away. "Who does?" I asked. But they didn't answer.
They're coming for
Instead,
us.
they looked past me,
We have
toward
to
the
get
door.
out.
I slowly turned. There was someone standing there, a man in a surgical gown, face covered, completely still. I hadn't heard the door open. "Step away from the patient," he said calmly. Something about his voice felt wrong. Too calm, too rehearsed. "I was called here," I said. "There's been a mistake." He tilted his head slightly. "No," he said. "You are the mistake." The machine suddenly went flat. The patient's grip on my wrist tightened. "Don't let them put you under," they whispered. Then their hand went limp. The monitor went silent. Flatline. I stepped back in shock. When I looked up again, the man was closer. Much closer. "You shouldn't have entered this room," and he said. I ran. I didn't think. I just ran. Out into the hallway. But something was wrong. The corridor looked different. Longer, darker. The exit sign at the end flickered. I turned back. Room 317 was gone. Just a blank wall, like it had never been there. My breathing became uneven. I rushed to the nurse's station, but it was empty. Completely empty. The computers were off. The lights dim. It felt like the entire floor had been abandoned. Then I heard it. Footsteps behind me. Slow. Measured. I turned. The man in the surgical gown was standing at the end of the hallway, watching me. I ran again, but this time toward the stairwell. I pushed the door open and stumbled down the steps. 1 floor, 2 floors, 3
Next
floors.
patient, please
When I finally
proceed.
reached the main level,
Nurse,
everything was
check
normal.
the vitals on
Bright
bed
lights,
3.
staff moving around,
Right away,
machines
doctor.
beeping, like nothing had happened. I rushed to the front desk. "Room 317, I said, breathless. "There's a patient. Something's wrong." The nurse looked at me, confused. "We don't have a room 317, she said. "Yes, you do," I insisted. "I was just there." She shook her head slowly. "That wing was closed years ago." My stomach dropped. "No, I was just there," I whispered. She turned her monitor toward me. "This is the current floor plan." There was no room 317, no hallway, nothing. Just a blank section labeled restricted. I stepped back. "No, that's not possible." Then she asked, "What time did you say this happened?" I checked my watch. 2:17 a.m. Her expression changed. "That's the exact time several patients went missing years ago." I couldn't speak. My hands were shaking. "What patients?" I finally asked. She hesitated, then lowered her voice. "They were all marked as pending, just before they disappeared." I felt my chest tighten. I slowly looked down at my wrist. There was something written on my skin, in faint ink, a word, the same word I saw in that room. Pending, I found. I haven't worked another night shift since. But sometimes at exactly 2:17 a.m., my phone lights up. No caller ID, just one message. "Room 317 is waiting."